1990, I was 25 years old. I ran into Russ Scala at the Rollins pool. A big group of us were doing triathlons back then. We had completely bought into the high carbohydrate, the low fat, and high sugar diet really for endurance athletes. So, we were eating lots of breads, lots of pastas, your energy bars, your energy drinks. Those were all secret weapons, that we used against each other in racing triathlons. My typical day, we would swim in the morning, and then I would go to work and have a sleeve, not a cookie, but a sleeve of cookies and a cup of coffee to get me to lunch. Go out for lunch. Usually it's processed foods of some sort, or pastas. An obvious crash afterwards when you get back to work, so you had to have the other sleeve of cookies and more coffee to get you to the workout for the evening. Maybe a half a sandwich on the way to a run or a bike ride, and then right before bed, of course, when you come home from the bike ride, you're pounding another big plate of pasta right before you go to bed. So I have very atypical of what we're looking at as far as the ketogenic diet goes. And I remember specifically after a swim workout one day going into Einstein's, and Russ and I were sitting around a table talking to a bunch of marathon folk. They'd just come back from a 22-miler. And one of the things that stuck out in both of our heads were, gosh, we couldn't believe the amount of miles these guys were putting in, and they were all kind of chunky around the middle. Could you? How do you maintain that? We were just trying to think. Again, I'm 25 years old at this point in the game. My metabolism's through the roof, no matter what I'm throwing down the hatch. So, but something that definitely stuck in my mind. And by the time I was 30, in like 1995, I was realizing how that happened. I was getting a little pudgy around the middle myself, carrying some extra weight that I really didn't want. I had progressed as a triathlete, gained some fitness, was doing pretty well, but was facing the winter. We didn't train nearly as much. I was doing some runs, maybe a swim or two, and Russ said, "Hey, I really don't think this high carb thing is that. In fact, I believe it might be bad for us." He was reading some clinical studies, and so he said, "Why don't we try this?" I said, "I'm game. This is an emergency. We got to do something and do something fast." So both of us started off on eggs in the morning, coffee. Pardon?
The ketogenic diet, right?
Yeah.
You just didn't say ketogenic diet.
So both of us kind of jumped into this ketogenic diet. We were, looking at eggs in the morning with coffee, water to drink. For lunch, more tuna salad, chicken salad, and then some sort of a meat and vegetable for dinner at night. Was really kind of what we were looking at. And then on the bike rides, and I went way against the stream on this, is I was drinking water on the bike rides, and if we would stop at a store, I really got made fun of, but I'd pick up a chili dog or something with some meat in it while everybody else was chasing after their Gatorade refills and their energy bars. So, but the neat thing that happened through that winter is I kept running, I kept swimming a little bit, but my waist shrunk, which was great. I also gained 10 pounds through that particular winter, but it was in my legs and upper body. I was carrying a little more strength with me. And I didn't race for that winter or anything at all, so I really didn't have any place where I knew that, was I improving, not improving. I ran by myself. I didn't really use my watch. I just wanted to get through the miles. But we had a corporate 5K. Orlando sponsors about 5,000, 6,000 runners in the spring that my company wanted to get a team together for, and they made me captain to do all the administrative work and to run, obviously. But I showed up to this thing. I was more interested in getting our team's T-shirts together and their numbers, but I wound up kind of in the front 100 there where the seated guys are. Gun goes off. I hadn't stretched, I hadn't warmed up, but was feeling okay, not great, but got caught up in the moment. we kind of ran through the first mile there, probably 40 of us, at about a 5-minute pace. And I knew then, I said, wow, that was a little on the hot side for a lot of these guys, me included, I thought. And but I just kind of started feeling better. The 40 turned to 10 in the second mile, and by the third mile, it was just me and another guy. He was pretty intimidated, tall, skinny kid, long legs. I said, well, I'll just do my best against this guy. And I wound up surging at the 3-mile mark and actually winning the race with about a 16-minute 5K, which, strangely enough, with really no additional training, no tempo runs, anything like that, I dropped my 5K time from 18 minutes to 16 minutes, and I attribute most of that really to the ketogenic diet. So.